Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Makakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,000 to one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan. And this lesson is going to be called the first terrorist attack. Not my word. The first terrorist attack / civil war. And I'm going to try to work through this as quickly as I can, so bear with me. We're going to start with modus operandi, the definition, a particular way of or method of doing something, especially one that is characteristic or well established. Okay? All right, so I'm touching on the brother right here, GMS Vegas Sit Downs, made this video about this Edomite who's complaining about the land grab. Okay? So they're really pushing for that Civil War energy leading to election day. This guy is mad. Who is he mad at? He's mad at the Harris campaign. Why? Okay. Now we have to go back. We got to go back and figure out how they get things done. All right. When I say they, I mean these damn devils, these Edomites and Amalekites. All right. So I was listening to this. This is not war. Former Green Beret discusses combat operations in West Bank and Gaza. And he's breaking these veterans know what's going on when they're over there dropping these huge bombs. The soldiers, they call each other. Can you believe they're dropping that big bombs on civilians? They know what's going on over there. So right here at about 56, this guy's...
The thing is that, that bomb detonated too soon, and they were caught on that. And so... But
okay, so this guy is emerging as the new Scott Ritter, the young Scott Ritter anyway. But let's back it up to about 35. Now they're going to start discussing something, and he's going to call it the first terrorist attack. Okay, let's see what it is. But not only the first terrorist attack, he's going to be talking about the Israelis and how they bombed the King David Hotel in 1946. Okay, and why? Okay, there's something called the Palestinian Mandate offices or something, and that's who they bombed, right? Trying to Palestinian state, the mandatory Palestinian state commission or something. So let's listen to this, and then I'll point you to. He's going to say something very significant about how they pulled off the terrorist attack.
That we've villainized, but we've done this with Arabs for the longest time. I mean, was it Taken, right? I mean, the whole thing was it was an operation done. That you go to the highest, and it was the Arabs, right? And
you saw about the movie Taken.
Every type of hijacking, of course, for no reason, right? Because they just hate our way of life.
Well, they're terrorists. They hate our freedom.
Yeah, that's our freedom. and that's to me the thing that I've had to recognize for myself was just how it threw such diminished
lies and propaganda
things that we see in Hollywood and TV shows and so forth. It's just we've consistently built. If you hear terrorist, it's immediately symbiotic with an Arab, and we've done this for generations. We've done this for decades. And the thing is that if you actually look back to when I started kind of digging into this, I started recognizing, okay, when was the actually very first terrorist attack? It was done by Israel. or excuse me, by Jewish Zionists. And correct myself because it was 1946. But they actually dressed up as Arabs to bomb the King David Hotel.
Boom. He said in the first T-word attack, terrorists, I'm saying it, the Israelis dressed up like Arabs to bomb the King David Hotel. Let's look at that. King David Hotel bombing. Okay. The British administrative headquarters for, listen to this, mandatory Palestine. Huh? You understand this word, mandatory Palestine? A state, right? They had a headquarters at the hotel for the British administrative headquarters for mandatory Palestine. This is why they would bomb it, right? Because they don't want a two-state solution going all the way back to 46, right? Now, the hotel was the site of the central offices of the British Mandatory Authorities of Palestine. Okay? Now I'm going to jump down here. Like he said, disguised as Arab workmen and as Arab hotel waiters, disguised as Arab workmen. So there's only one story that precedes this, disguised as Arab workmen. Let me see. It says, okay, disguised as Arab workmen and hotel waiters, members of the Irgun, the Israelis, planted a bomb in the basement of the main building of the hotel. There it is. Disguised as Arab workmen, okay? He called it the first T-word attack. But guess what? What about this one? Forgot about that. So that was Amalek, who bombed the King David Hotel. What about this in 1773? Okay. Boston Tea Party was an American political and mercantile protest on December 16, 1773 by the Sons of Liberty in Boston in colonial Massachusetts. Okay? It says the target was the Tea Act of May 10, 1773, which allowed East India Company, who's that, to sell tea from China in American colonies without paying taxes apart from those imposed by the Townshend Acts. The Sons of Liberty strongly opposed the taxes and Townshend Act as a violation of their rights. In response, the Sons of Liberty, some disguised as Native Americans, destroyed the entire shipment of tea sent by that is a terrorist attack. Okay? Or a treasonous attack at least. All right? So, the modus operandi, what is this? Some disguised as Native. No, what do you mean some disguised? That's Esau, that's a wiggle word right there. No, take out some. Disguised as Native Americans. See that? That one little wiggle word gives them a little reprieve. No, disguised as Native Americans. How about that? Right? So, we talk about terrorist acts, right? How about this? Hasn't the Klan been terrorizing Jake for I don't know how long? I typed this in. White men in black Hollywood masks shooting in Chicago. This is what comes up. Okay? And it's just a little panel, right? Full episode, whatever this is, right? Masked bank robbery shows you can't believe what you see. Remember this? 8 years ago. Who's that? That's not Jake. That's a Hollywood mask. So you see these masking situations. Let's look at a little bit of this. See what Jake says.
Hey, just come on. You too, nigga. Come on. I pledge allegiance. So fuck the cops. Fuck the cops. Without Glocks and texts. Without Glocks and texts. Till we get.
They're tripping.
It just.
I need some shades.
Ooh, yeah. All right.
Why we make that oath right now? What's going on now? What happened now? Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's disgusting.
But this is what someone posted. I haven't seen this all day, and people are going off on the cops because they planning the truck. How is it wrong to do that? If you park a brand new Mercedes there and someone steals it, if they still need it and go to if they still and then actually gonna go off on them.
Good.
Don't you know they are white people that dress in these black face masks and rob banks? Mm-hmm. You don't think this is some FBI mass shooting doing a purge in Chicago?
It's a yes and a no, because here's the thing. Just like Ron said, when you're disenfranchised, that's the point. Generations of brainwashing.
What does that have to do with people, the government putting on masks to shoot you in the neighborhood? What is that?
Wait a minute. Let's go back and look at a track record. King David, disguised as Arab workmen. You see this? What does this go back to? A modus operandi, a particular way or method of doing something, especially one that is characteristic or well established. Well, let's go back to the first one. Disguised as Native American. Who's disguising them? Esau, King David. Disguised as Arab workmen. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go here. Disguised as a nigga, we shooting niggas. We're robbing banks. What else? Now we go back here. And then I'm going to try to wrap it up, okay? Now we go to the Civil War. And we go to the brothers' video, Las Vegas sit-downs. So let's pull that up, okay? Let's give him his head nod. That's how I do it. 11 hours ago, GMS Las Vegas sit-downs 144K, right? They're really pushing for that Civil War energy leading to Election Day. Here's where we're going. How are they going to get this thing popping? Well, somebody's wearing a mask, right? This nigga right here, watch this. Let's go here to Modus. I'm going to type in this word, B-A-R-R-Y, Sotero, S-O-R-T-E-R-O. Right? And let's get an image. Let's see if he comes up. There's the monkey boy right there. Okay, so this guy, Sotero, which I believe is an Indonesian name. This is Indonesian daddy. Right? This nigga right here is wearing a mask. Not this one. Okay? But he's wearing a mask. Because he's not one of us. Right? Sotero, right? The name Obama, right, as an African name. His name ain't Johnson or Franklin. Obama is a Hamite name. Okay? White. White is a black name. They're right, Dr. James White, the Edomite. Anyway, the point, that's a mask, see? See the mask? The nigga's a Hamite, right? Who else is wearing a mask? They're really pushing. Let me catch this Edomite in the middle of his rant. He's going to say something very specific. Now, this is about stealing land. The theft of land. Let's go into that real quick because they play a little snippet of the governor of North Carolina.
North Carolina is going to say to you, we work with them. We have plans for local governments. You know, in some areas, you just shouldn't build back. Mm-hmm. And we've been able to convince certain communities and people that buyouts are better.
What did the governor of North Carolina just say? Notice the thing at the top, something about climate.org or some shit. But he tells the reporter that it's most people shouldn't build back. They shouldn't build back on their own property. And we're trying to convince them, or we're going to convince them, it's much better for them to take the money. If that don't stink like high heaven, speculation now, sounds like to me that all the theories are coming true.
Conspiracy.
Right? That it might have been some type of manipulated weather control because Abelmar, who's owned by Vanguard and BlackRock, and Abelmar, who's also owned by Harris's vice president, husband, whatever, right?
Uh-oh. What'd he say? Here comes the mask. Harris is what?
Croc. And Abelmar, who's also owned by Harris's vice president, husband, whatever, right? Might have a super interest in lithium. And the governor of North Carolina is trying to convince his people,
Okay, so how do we get civil war out of this? This guy, who is he mad at? He's mad at Harris. He ain't mad at Biden. Biden's the president, but this is about Harris. You see how they're doing it subliminally? They're making these people mad by stealing their land and blaming it on who? Blaming it on, let's go here. Harris, right? Harris gives Helene survivors? Survive your $750. You see where this thing is going? Why wasn't it Biden? 750. This made them mad as hell. Come on. Give me a picture. Verifying claim about why they got her. Under this, what are they doing here? They're making her the bad guy. Why are they making her the bad guy? Because she's wearing a mask. She's black. Whether she's Indian or whatever, guess what? Guess what? This guy. All right. Here it is. Her Amalekite husband, right, is using her as a mask. She's a Elamite, but they've got everybody believing the mask. So how you see how this is igniting the Civil War, just like the brother said, but you got to understand the mask part. How this devil and his modus operandi, right? Here he is, the thief cometh not, and I know I haven't brought out any precepts, so here's one. The thief cometh what? The thief. Spelled it wrong. I-E-F. Cometh not. Who's the thief? Esau's the thief. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. What? I came to get your land. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Talk about the elect. Covet. What do they steal and kill and destroy? Covet. By covet mean fields. Got that one right now. I before E. Micah 2 and 2. thief cometh not but for to steal what? Micah 2 and 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Let's go back here. Who's they? So the mask, who the blame goes to, and what is going to start the Civil War, is Kamala Harris is stealing our land with a mask on. That black bitch, no, she's wearing a mask. And this is Esau's modus operandi. All right. So be prepared. Here's the message. Here's the point. All right. The enemy is about to come in like a flood. And this, right, here we go, right into how many weeks left? We got a couple of weeks left before this gets real bad. And you can best believe that they're going to point straight at Jake, right? When Jake is not even the culprit. That's the point, right? Now, I'm going to try to keep it short, so I'm going to get one more precept that we all know. Okay, we know what's going on. We know how these things add up, but we know what the plan is, all right? Here's the plan. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Devices? Schemes. Designs. Plan. Where's plans at? Let's get it. We are not ignorant of his devices. We are not ignorant. Schemes. Devices, schemes, designs, schemes, purposes, intentions, plans. What are his plans? To blame it on Jake with a mask. Kamala's wearing a mask. I keep a hot sauce in my purse. I gotta wear Chuck Taylors. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect are edified. Get ready, be ready, stay ready. Shit is about to get hot in the kitchen. That we hope the elect are edified. You brother and few sisters, shalom.